Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Rasulihil Kareem, amma ba'd. Last time we looked at four components of Jumla failure. We looked at that example but did not analyze that on the board. So let's have a look at that sentence again. Nasara Hamidun Zaidan Fissuki. Hamid helped Zaid in the market, in the mall, in the shopping center. It could be translated depending on the context. So Fissuki here is fi is our harf jar and suk is our ism majroor. So this jar and majroor combine to make muraktab jari, prepositional phrase. And looking at these four components, then we have Nasara, which is our fail, Hamid is our file, Zaid is our mafa'ul, and this murakkab jari is our muta'alliq fail. So fail, file, maf'ul and muta'alliq fail combine to make jumla failure, and it's called jumla failure khabariya because we are giving khabar here, we are giving information here. For example, we are not asking question. When question is asked, there is a different name. We will go into that later, inshallah. So, analyzing a sentence like this, it is called Tarkib. Tarkib basically is an Indian subcontinent concept, and it is taught in madrasas this way. If we look at Arabic books of Arabic grammar, they do not talk about Tarkib at all. The reason for that is that Tarkib is, the main purpose of Tarkib is to find out the meaning and do the correct translation. And in Arabic books, which are written for Arabic students whose first language is Arabic, translating is not their problem. They know the language anyway. So Tarkib is focused on meaning and translation. And what I'rab does then? I'rab is focused on grammar. There are similarities, but these are two different concepts. Let's look at this sentence again. Hazal waladul hasanu mujtahidun. So let's analyze this from the Tarkib point of view. Haza is our isme ishara and al-waladu is our musharan ilah. Then al-hasanu is sifa of this mawsuf, and this mawsuf and sifa combine to make murakkab tawsifi, and whole of that murakkab tawsifi then becomes musharun ilah for this ism ishara, and all of that then becomes our mubtada, and mujtahidun is our khabar. So this clever boy is hard working. So that's where is come. Mubtada is khabar. So the focus here is to do correct translation. When we go from definite to indefinite, that's where we put is mr. So before this it's our mubtada, after this it's our khabar. So that is all Tarkib. Clearly, what is I'rab? As we said, the focus of I'rab is on grammar. So to describe the I'rab of a noun, of an ism, we will have to answer three questions. What is the grammatical function of that ism, of that word? What state is that word in, and how is that state expressed? So to find out then what's the difference between Tarkib and I'rab, let us look at this small sentence. This is part of the first ayah of Surah Ikhlas. We all know the meanings anyway. So Kul huwallahu ahad. Allahu ahadun. Allah is one and only. So if we do its tarkeeb, Allah lafz jalala is our mubtada and ahadun is our khabar. So mubtada and khabar combine to make jumla ismiya khabariya, and this is our tarkeeb. So how we do or describe the i'rab of the small sentence, we'll have to answer those three questions. So let's take the first noun, Allah. Allahu. We'll say Allah lafz jalala. It is important to say when we talk about Allah to say lafz jalala, because saying Allah is marfu, mansoob and majroor. Majroor means down and stretched, so it's not nice. So out of respect, when we describe, we say Allah lafz jalala. What's the grammatical function? It is mubtada. Okay. So what state that noun is in? It is marfu. And how is that state expressed? Alamatu raf'ihi ad-damma. So marker of this being in rafa is damma here. So the next noun, ahadun, we say its grammatical function is that it is khabar. What state that is in? It is marfu again. And how is that state expressed? Again, similarly, alamatu raf'ihi ad-damma. So three questions we have answered here. So what is the grammatical function of the noun, whether it's mubtada, khabar, fa'il or maf'ul? And then what state that noun is in? Is it marfu, mansoob or majroor? And how is that state expressed? So that was easy, two singular nouns. Let's look at this example. Ar-rijalu qa'imuna. The men are standing. So rajulun is one man and rijalun is many men, so that's plural, and that is jama mukassar. So rijalun, when we make it definite, it becomes ar-rijalu, we lose tanween. So ar-rijalu, and qa'imun is singular and qa'imuna is plural of that singular. So this is called jama muzakkar salim, we know that. So how do we describe the i'rab of these two nouns? Ar-rijalu. Similarly here and in this example, we'll say grammatical function of this noun is that this is mubtada. And how is that state? What state that is in? It is marfu again. And how is that state expressed? Alamatu raf'ihi ad-damma. Clearly we have got damma here. So that's easy. What about qa'imuna? How we describe the i'rab of this? We'll say its grammatical function is that it's khabar. It's the state which it is in is marfu. And how is that state expressed? We'll say alamatu raf'ihi al-waw. So the marker of rafa here is waw. Okay, so it's not none of those harakas, fatha, dhamma or kasra. The marker of rafa here is waw, and then we can explain it further why waw is marker of i'rab here. لأنه جمع مذكر سالم, because this is jama muzakkar salim. Okay, so now you will be thinking that in jama muzakkar salim, where does this noon goes? Why noon is not marker of i'rab here? If you remember, in certain circumstances, situations, noon drops. For example, if we look at the example of mudaf and mudaf ilayh, I will say door of the mosque. So we will say babul masjidi. Babu was actually babun, and when babun becomes mudaf, it loses its tanween. So another way of saying that is that mudaf is delicate and it cannot carry heavy stuff, so it needs light i'rab. So making the i'rab light of babun with tanween is to reduce it to just one dhamma. So we take the tanween away and we just give it just one dhamma. So it becomes Babul Masjidi. And in this case, Babul, what's the marker of i'rab over there? Marker of i'rab, because in Mudakkab Idafi, the i'rab is shown on Mudaf, so Dhamma will be the marker of i'rab in that case. If we say two doors of the mosque, so two doors from Babun, it will become Babani, dual, Babani. So if we say two doors of the mosque, we don't say Baba Nil Masjidi, because we know that we will have to make the i'rab of Mudaf light, and only way we can make the i'rab light here is we drop the noon. So it becomes Babal Masjidi. So ba. So on the second, after second ba is we also have alif. So ba, it's because it ends in alif, and alif is the marker of i'rab here. So in dual, the marker of i'rab is alif in rafa. And if it is by somehow becomes ba baini in nasab and jar, ba baini. So we will drop the noon and ya will be the marker of i'rab in that particular example. For example, we say, if I say Ra'aytu Babil Masjidi, Babil Masjidi. So I saw two doors of the mosque, and in that case, because the door becomes something which we have looked at, it becomes an object. So object we know is in Rafa. So from Babani it becomes Ba Baini. So and in the case of plural, it is from Qaimun it's Qaimuna, and when it becomes Qaimina in Nasab and Jar, so again noon will not count because it tends to drop anyway. So our i'rab will be ya in that case. Marker of i'rab will be ya in that case. You may also say, why this sukoon here, the sign of silence, sukoon here, why does that not contribute to i'rab? The reason for that is that in scripts of Quran which are in India and Pakistan mainly, they tend to write this sukoon. In scripts of Quran which are in Arab countries and in Africa, they do not tend to write this sukoon here. So whether the sukoon is there or it isn't there, it is still Qaimuna. So in this example, clearly we can see what is the marker of i'rab here in this noun, which is our Jama Muzakkar Salim. I hope that has helped to consolidate our concept of i'rab. I have spent some time on it. Actually, we were working on Jumla Failia, but I thought it was important to bring the subject of i'rab back in here. If you remember early on, I said our concept of i'rab is going to evolve with time. To start with, we perhaps thought Fatha, Dhamma and Kasra were i'rab. Then we came to know, no, those are not necessarily markers of i'rab in all the nouns. And then we use sounds like Ani and Aini, Una and Ina as markers of i'rab. That's okay, that was easy for us to do that and to develop our understanding of the i'rab. But actually, when you describe the i'rab, that's how you describe it. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik.